Hey guys, this is Marissa and welcome back to my channel, The Budgeting Wife, where we talk about budgeting tips to help you win with money. In today's video, I am so excited. I am sharing with you our February 2019 budget report and net worth update, which this is new to my budget report videos. So I'm going to be showing you all of the income that we brought in this month and where we decided to allocate every dollar in our budget, how we spent every dollar that we brought in. And then I'm also going to be showing you our net worth. So showing you all of our investments that we have and where we're putting our money, and then also how our net worth is growing. And I'm a little nervous to share all of this with you guys, but I think that it can be beneficial, so that is why I am publicly sharing this on the internet. So before we get into the video though, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new and not yet subscribed. I do a ton of videos all about budgeting and personal finance, so I'd love to have you join my community here. And I also want to let you know that the budget template that I will be using is actually one that you can get yourself on my Etsy shop for $5. So I will go ahead and leave a link to my Etsy shop in the description box down below so you can check it out. And without further ado, let's get into the budget. So here in the very first section of the budget is our income, and I have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out for privacy, but I do show you our side hustle income, and I have my business here of The Budgeting Wife, which does bring in money. So I'm going to show you guys how I brought in money for my business this month. So here we have our income. So for ad revenue, I was planning on bringing in $315. I ended up bringing in $280.40. So definitely a little bit less than I was expecting. This last month ended up being a little bit lower in views for me on YouTube, so I'm hoping that I can still, get that up. But I brought in $280.40 for YouTube. Affiliate revenue, I planned on $100 and I actually brought in $282.81. So that was pretty good for my affiliate income. If you are a blogger or a YouTuber and interested in learning more about affiliate marketing, I would definitely recommend checking out the Making Sense of Affiliate Marketing class. That is what I took, where I learned about how to do affiliate marketing. I have an affiliate link for that, and I will leave it in the description box down below if you're interested in taking that course. And then next we have sponsorships. I actually didn't have any sponsorships this month. This is something that I'm wanting to work into though more, so hopefully down the road. Freelance, I did $484.90 this month in freelance, which is great. I really enjoy doing that kind of work. Courses, I launched my Freedom from Student Loans course in January. I will go ahead and have a link to that down below as well if you're interested in learning more. But I launched it in January. I get paid out for that in March, so that'll be in our March budget. And then Etsy, I brought in $242 this month from Etsy. So thank you guys so much for supporting me and my channel and my business here by picking up a budget template. It seriously means the world to me. So that is all from you guys, so thank you so much. And then as a total, then I brought in $1,290.11. I will also say I'm working on this section of the budget. It's going to look a lot nicer in March, so bear with me as we are figuring out the budgeting hiccups here. So this next part is my expenses for my business. So I had budgeted $200 worth of business expenses, and I had actually spent $197.28 on things like just monthly dues and subs, as well as I actually did a revamp on my website this month, so go check it out if you haven't. So that just cost me a little bit of extra money, but I am very pleased with the results. So that is what I spent money on, meaning that my net income was $1,094.83. And then I put $200 of it back into my business, so into my business savings. So what I added to our income of what I brought home was $894.83. All that to say, that is up here, the $894.83. So as a grand total for our income, we brought in $5,978.89. So it ended up being a really great income month for us. It's been our highest income month yet, and I know that March is going to be even higher, but it's been awesome to see that number go up. So this next part is all of our expenses. We operate off of a monthly zero-based budget, meaning that all of our total income equals all of our money out, whether that be for expenses or savings. So now to show you all of that, our normal expenses here, this blacked out section is actually our giving. Jacob and I are Christians, and we believe in giving to the church and other organizations, which is really important to us, but we do have that blocked out for privacy as well. Moving into the next part is rent, which is $14.55 as per usual. And then utilities, which is $70.95, and that's what we pay to our apartment. company. Then electric was $69.47, so definitely a bit high. So this was January's electric usage. I know that our March bill is going to be even higher because February has been so cold. So this is definitely the height of it, and I know it'll be going down here soon. Internet, as per usual, $39.99. Our phones were $108 as usual. Car insurance, this has gone up, so it is now $153.86. And that is because we added a new vehicle to our insurance. We got rid of a Toyota Tacoma and added a newer Toyota Corolla. So just a little bit of a difference there. I'm not concerned about the extra $8-ish. Next we had groceries, and we budgeted $250 and we actually spent $121.82. And before you guys go like, what the heck, how did you live off of $100 worth of groceries? We ended up having a cash gift card to Costco, and so we had been using that up, and so all of our Costco groceries was paid for with a gift card, so I didn't loop that into our budget because that gift card was given to us. So that is why our budget is so low. We barely spent anything on groceries because this was just the normal grocery store. It didn't include any Costco food purchases. So yes, we only spent $121.82 on groceries this month. Eating out was another story. We spent $68.42 on eating out this month, but you know, that's totally fine. Our groceries was way under budget, so I felt totally okay of going out to eat another extra time. Gas was $135.40, and this is about what we're spending now that we have a Corolla instead of a Tacoma. Before we were spending about $200 a month on gas, and now it's $135, $140-ish every month, so very thankful for that. Roth IRA, we put $200 a month into our Roth. And then gifts. This month we had a few things to get gifts for. I had a sister who had a birthday. We also had a wedding that we didn't get to attend, but we still bought them a gift. And there was something else that we bought a gift for, but this seemed to be the month of gifts for other people. So we used a little, I had a baby shower. I went to a baby shower. So we had a few things in there. So we spent $88, $89 on all of those things. Next, taxes. So this year we actually ended up getting a tax refund, which we will receive in March, but I ended up having to pay our CPA, so we owed $209. So that is all we had to pay for taxes. Everything else we're going to get back in March, so I'm really looking forward to that. Household, we ended up spending nothing on household expenses this month. Fun, we spent $58.62 on fun sorts of expenses, and I think we just did a few things with friends, which was great. So just a little bit of things there, which was a lot of fun, I guess. Next, miscellaneous. This is normally where we go over, but we were very under this month. We spent $51.25 and we had $100 budgeted, so we did really well there. So overall expenses, we spent $3,403.67 on normal expenses for the month. So that was pretty great. Now to move into those savings items, which is a little bit more fun. All right, so our emergency fund, I actually borrowed from my emergency fund last month, not because it was an emergency, but because I purchased a new computer, a new MacBook Pro, and I used my business income to cover it, and I was just $350-ish short, so I just pulled it from the emergency fund, knowing that I'd replenish it the next month. So that was just adding back there to get it up to $10,000 in our full emergency fund. Next, Jacob received $100. He actually spent $882.98 this month on some fun things, so he was definitely the big spender. He'd been saving that up for a long time, and you can tell he is negative in his balance, but what he bought was on a great deal, and so he bought it early. We still had the money in the bank, so it's not like we actually are negative, but I'm just floating him. I have the extra in my fund right now, so I'm just floating him for the next couple months until it replenishes. Next, $100 for myself. I spent $42.22, which is usually Starbucks and a couple other little goodies, so that is what I did. So I now have $305 in my fund. Then we have extra giving. So we love having an extra giving fund in our budget. It allows us to be able to say yes to additional giving opportunities when they come up, and we already have them in our budget and all planned for. So we put $50 a month into that. We spent $12.68. We had some friends who had a baby, so we brought them a meal, and that's what we were able to use in our budget, was from this extra giving fund. And so we now are actually negative in this fund $7.06, which will be back up there next month. Then vacation, $300 a month we are putting into vacation. We are going to Hawaii in May and we are really excited about it. So we have already booked our flights and gotten those big things taken care of, but we'll have some spending money and some money for food and activities when we get there. Our hotel's also covered, so we just need a little bit of money here. So as you can see, we are very negative at the beginning of the month because we had previously bought our airline tickets. So we're now negative $20.41. And you guys, there are so many negatives right now on our sinking funds. You probably think that I know nothing about budgeting. We're just floating it right now and it'll be totally fine next month. So not the best, but it'll be okay. Then we have Christmas fund, which is we put $20 a month into Christmas to have that ready by December. And so we now have $40 in our Christmas fund. Car maintenance, we're putting $50 a month into car maintenance to make sure that we are keeping up on our car care. And we actually spent $136.74 this month. Jacob got a few things for the Corolla. We did some Jacob did some fluid changes for our car, as well as some spark plugs and things like that. So we are now basically at zero. We're at negative 84 cents in the car maintenance fund. Then clothing. So we had planned once we get our tax refund that we were gonna put like $500 to clothing. And that is just because we had clothing with a bunch of holes in it, and my jeans ripped like last week and I had one pair of pants. And so it was definitely something that we needed to do. And I literally had, I feel like, barely any clothes that were actually like suitable for going to work. So we're going to be getting our tax refund next month. I spent a little bit of it early here, so I just included it in my little sinking funds. So $300 we put to clothing. We spent $358.50. Jacob got 2 pairs of pants. I got a shirt. I got this shirt. I got a new pair of pants. We both got new pairs of shoes, and Jacob got a jacket. We got a lot of good things. We were able to save money on it, but we spent $358.50 total, and we'll probably spend a little bit more next month. But you'll see that in our March budget, which you've already seen because it's already up, so go check it out here. But planning for being able to purchase some more clothing this month is great. So right now it's at negative $58.50, but we are adding more to it in March. So again, it's totally fine, don't worry. Next we have our car. So we are working on saving for a new to us car to replace my Camry, and we actually aren't working on saving for it anymore. We have $3,000 in there, so we're just gonna let that sit and wait for a car opportunity to come up. And lastly, we have our house, which is our big financial goal that we are working on. So we were able to save $1,304.28 to our house down payment fund this month, which is great. So we now have a balance of $9,246.21 in our house fund. We are planning to have $20,000 by about October to be able to make our house purchase. We've looked at a few things just online, and we are really excited about being able to purchase a house, and I think that the timing is going to work out this year. So I'm really excited about that. We're just working on those savings goals. As you can see, it ended up being a little bit less than what we were planning. We were planning on $1,396.90. The great thing is that we were able to bring in some additional income, but we also spent money on taxes, which I didn't plan for very well in the budget, obviously, as well as those additional clothing expenses. So with all of that, I'm still pretty proud of us that we are still able to put $1,300 to our house fund. And as you can see, the difference down here is zero because this is a zero-based budget. So that means all of our income equals all of our expenses. Our budget is all balanced. But I also want to share with you guys our net worth update. I know that I talked to you guys about doing an investing section, so I've now incorporated that in my budget, as well as showing you a general net worth update, because I think it's just really fun to track. And I personally track it, but I felt kind of weird sharing it on the internet, but I know that it can be beneficial for you guys. So here I am just laying out all my finances for you. All right, so net worth, here we go. This pink section is our retirement investing section. So we have a 401k, we budgeted $416.66, and that's actually what we put in. So the ending balance was $16,619.02. And so with that, we had a gain of $546.99. So that is taking the difference between what we started with, what we actually contributed, and then what the ending balance was. So just letting our money sit there, it gained almost $47 this month, which is great, which was a 3.49% growth rate. Next, you have a 403B, and we put exactly what we expected into it. And so our ending balance now is $5,490.33, which is a gain of $126.33. It had a 2.44% growth rate. So this was actually the lowest of all of our investments, so meh. And then lastly, my Roth IRA, we put $200 into each month. We definitely plan to increase all of this by the time that we are in a house, but right now we're aggressively saving for the house, but we still want to make sure we are contributing to retirement. So right now we have $5,794.22 in my Roth IRA. So that had a gain of $217.99. That is a 4.05% growth rate. If you guys are wondering how I calculate this, I have just taken what the actual gain was and divided it by the beginning balance, and that is how you figure out a growth rate. So if you're interested in doing that yourself. Also, this number up here, our income percentage invested is 8.77%. So this is taking our total household income, our gross household income, everything from our day jobs, as well as about what I expect from my business here at The Budgeting Wife. And so we are saving 8.77% into retirement right now, and I do want to get that up to 15% here soon once we again do have a house. But right now we put $804 a month into investing. So as an additional net worth update, then we have $27,903.57 in retirement. We have $22,000-ish in cash savings in the bank, as my spreadsheet shows up here. And then we have $10,500 valued in our cars. This is something that a lot of people don't include in a net worth update, and that's totally fine. But we are going to include that because it is semi-big as to where our net worth is right now. And then we have a $6,000 ring, and which again is something that a lot of people don't include, but I mean, I'll count the ring, it's fine. So right now our net worth is $66,683.82. And so we had a gain for a net worth of $2,837.57 this month with what we put into our savings and cash, as well as those gains on our investments. So we had a 4.44% growth on our overall net worth. Again, Jacob is 27, I am 24. And this is what our net worth is. I am having the goal of $100,000 net worth by the end of this year. It would be really huge for us. So that just means continuing to put money into investing and into our savings accounts, and just putting as much as we can to increase that net worth number. But that is my little net worth update. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, as well as this budgeting update. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos on budgeting and personal finance and everything that has to do with money. And with that, and also leave me a comment down below and let me know how your February budget ended up. And with that, I will look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye guys.